Hola, Paquita. I'm Reed Hastings, but you know me as the boss.
Welcome to the debate number 46. This time we are going to talk about the CEO, Reed Hastings. In this occasion, the team we have the team that it's in favor and the team that it's against about the CEO. And now we are going to pass to the first question. Well, the first question that we have is what type of leadership does Netflix CEO represent? An innovative, transformational, adaptive, or none? You have 1 minute to organize and prepare your answer. Well, time's up. We're going to start with the group in favor. Does anyone have a participation? Well, we are going to start with Sindel and then Alvaro Murillo.
I believe Netflix CEO, especially Greg Peters, represents innovative leadership. He has introduced groundbreaking ideas like the ad-supported subscription plan and helped lead Netflix expansion into 190 countries. His leadership is focusing on using technology and data to improve user experience, personalize content, and stay ahead on market trends.
From my perspective, Reed Hastings primarily represents transformational leadership, although he also has elements of innovative and adaptive leadership.
Thank you. Alvaro?
Yes. Okay, we think that the CEO of Netflix is an innovative leader because he constantly challenges traditional ways of doing business in the entertainment industry, from shifting from DVD rentals to streaming when no one else believes in it.
Roger?
Reed Hastings is the classic example of a leader who was right once and has been right in that success ever since. His so-called visionary leadership looks more like stubborn arrogance these days. The same man who bet big on streaming now presides over a company that became everything it was: disrupted, bloated, risk adverse, and creatively bankrupt. His famous no rules culture has devolved into a hypocritical free for all where employees are overworked and underprotected. Thanks.
Leandro and then Carl.
All right. In my answer, I wouldn't say that Reed Hastings is one success in life, guys, because I think that answering to the question, also I would say that the adaptive ability of this character is something that we have to emphasize, mainly because we can see examples since 2022, as we know, and we can see in the resource number 17. If you, all right. We can see that new on there about Netflix. In summarizing that news, it says that Netflix is in by 2022 they wanted to add this ad-supported plan, because as we know Netflix was so conservative in the past that they didn't want to accede to put ads on their platform. So thanks to this character to to the CEO of Netflix, they decided to do this change, and now they are doing very great. As we know, also they have been doing some collaboration with games, with marks. They have been doing they have just done an agreement with WWE, and they are making great numbers right now. And I think that this is mainly due to the great adaptive ability of this character.
Thank you. Now, Carla, you can talk.
Okay, I think that Reed Hastings' leadership is also transformational, but on him it is problematic because while aiming to inspire to others, he often leads to decisions that disregard the stability of the company, and also his emphasis on culture openness results in a lack of clear direction and accountability.
Gabriela and Gabriel, please.
Yeah, well, I do not agree with what were they previously said about overwork, and that's why I would like to please show resource number 18.
Yeah, well, according to this, we can see that there are many employees that are satisfied with the work environment and then doesn't feel overworked. Because what we can see in the company's culture, it emphasizes flexibility, autonomy, and continuous feedback from the employees. And for what we can see here is that they rate their happiness at work as a A+, based on 839 ratings. So they are like in the top 5% of similar sized companies.
Thank you. Now, Roger.
Sorry, I would like to respond. We can see that all of us can see that this CEO was great in his time. He made some improvement in the entertainment industry, but now I think that the company has evolved to something more like a legacy media store. They are bloated. The stock price is plummeting. They have not introduced any more industry-breaking products, and we can clearly see they are constantly shows that people want to watch. They are increasing subscription prices, and I don't think that is for the good of the consumer. That's for the well-being of the shareholder, and that company just became a cash grab for the entertainment industry, like Hollywood, that all of us can agree makes no sense in this day and age. So yeah, responding to my colleague here, that's it. Thanks.
Jose.
Complementing what my classmates said, I think Reed Hastings also has been very risk-taking in his leadership. While Netflix shifted from licensing content to creating original content, he invested a lot in original content, putting a lot on financial pressure in Netflix and practically hoping that these productions make a profit and increasing subscriptions.
Well, since there is no more participation, we're going to pass to the next question. And the next question is to to what extent is Netflix success due to its leadership, and how much to the technological and market context in which has operated? You have one minute to prepare your answer. Okay, time's up. Where is anyone want to answer?
I think Hastings' greatest failure was building a house of cards. He created a growth at all cost monster that never developed sustainably, economically speaking. His obsession with subscribers number led to reckless spending. Without building real franchises, now the bill has come due, and all he's offering are price hikes and password crackdowns. The genius that he was once, who predicted a streaming rise, has failed to anticipate basic market saturation. Thanks.
Well, thank you. Now, single, please.
Netflix success comes from both leadership and market context, but leadership has been key. Greg Peters led global rollout and innovation like the ad-supported plan, while Ted Sarandos pushed for high quality content and creative freedom. Many companies had the same tech opportunities, but Netflix stood out because of its bold and visionary leadership.
Thank you. Sebastian, please.
Okay, so I agree with my teammate right now. I think that success has largely been favorable due to the leadership and how innovative Reed Hastings was. He played a crucial role in anticipating and driving the industry shifts, such as transitioning from DVD rentals to streaming and then later investing in original content. And this strategic foresight and willingness to take this risk has positioned Netflix ahead of competitors. So I think that the leadership was driving the force behind Netflix's strategic direction. However, the technological aspect, environment, has also enabled that vision to scale rapidly and effectively.
Thank you. Edison, please.
Okay, respond the question if there is a market saturation of this case of Netflix. Netflix has recently faced challenge with the subscriber growth due to the market saturation. This suggests that the company growth maybe not solely attribute to great leadership or successful strategies, but reflect a more complex and competitive landscape.
Thank you. Leandro, please.
All right, answering to the question, I wouldn't say that Netflix has been suffering about subscriptions because in the last quarter of the past year, it has been the moment in which they pick the most subscribers in that period, and right now they are making great numbers. And I think that the leadership that this character does on Netflix is great because I think it's mainly due to the vision and the innovation, and mainly because the vision make them to make some hard decisions like invest more in original content despite original doubts, and this global expansion and these kind of collaborations that are making that Netflix makes the monster that he is nowadays.
Isis?
Was Netflix success due to leadership? Not as much as seems. Overrate decision, double ethics, work culture, and loss of creative direction.
Gabriela, please.
Yeah, well, we have to take into account that even though there's a favorable technological environment and a market context, it's very crucial to have a very good combination with also effective leadership in order to stay as number one or one of the best in the streaming industry. So I would like to ask the other group if you could consider that a company could succeed in the market without an effective leadership, if that's possible.
Roger, please.
Yes, I think a company can keep the lights on, not necessarily thrive with mid leadership, and I think this is not a case of did Netflix did the right thing. They did. The infrastructure works, the business model works, but we are arguing that it no longer drives innovation. It only drives greed. I think they only care about the price of the stock and the price they can sell it to people, and the method they use to not grow so much that the market is saturated, because there are a lot more companies like it that are doing better, like Max and Amazon, and all. We can argue that Hulu isn't the same league that Netflix is. So yes, I don't think that you need a fantastical leadership to maintain a company.
Natalia, please.
Okay, so Netflix success is not just the result of the CEO leadership, but mainly due to the perfect marketing timing and advances in technology that created the ideal environment for the platform to grow. Why? Because Netflix launched their streaming just when people were frustrated with cable TV. Internet speed was improving worldwide, and smartphones, tablets, and smart TVs were becoming common that time. This timing created a massive opportunity, and Netflix just was just the first to take advantage of. And also, the CEO just helped to guide the company, but they also made mistakes. They benefit from having a little competition at first, and much of their vision only worked because of the existing tech and cultural shifts. And good leadership helped Netflix to grow, but it was the timing, technology, and the change in society that truly made Netflix successful, not just the CEO sitting at the top.
And the last one is Sebastian, please.
Well, I completely agree with my classmate Roger here, but I would include that it's not only greed that it's beyond the company, but also there is also an egocentric way to perform his leadership in the company. For example, in resource number 5, it shows that Hastings invests almost 50. He invests 50 million in his own school that he studied in the past, and just to perform an AI to research for the humanities at the Bunduan College. And well, it's he could invest that money in better ways, in better platforms to boost the AI model in the business, but he chooses to invest it in its own school. So it's like a way egocentric. It's like a waste of money. So for me, it's not only greed, but also it's an egocentric way to spend the money of the company.
Thank you. Now we're going to pass to the next question, please. The question number 3: how has Netflix CEO managed the various crises faced by the company, such as the loss of subscribers or controversy over certain content? You have 1 minute to prepare your answer. Well, Isis, please.
The Netflix CEO has handled crises with clumsiness, coldness, and a lack of empathy, prioritizing profit over people. Every time Netflix has a faced crisis, its leadership has demonstrated corporate management that is reactive and disconnect from anti-public and its own employees.
Roger, please.
From the Quickster disaster to the recent password crackdown, Hastings' pattern is clear. Double down on bad decisions until it's forced to change. His handling of the 2023 strikes showed particular arrogance, dragging out negotiations while competitors settle, even out as Netflix growth stalls. His solutions are just financial engineering tricks rather than real innovation. Thanks.
Sebastian, please.
Well, I would say it's poor management of a crisis, since Hastings, for example, invest or donate, 7 million, as we can see in the source number 4, please. He donate $7 million to the Kamala Harris campaign in the last year. And I mean, I just throw the question that a good private leadership would know that its public actions, like supporting a political party, would affect the subscriptions and also the entire finance environment of the company. They just lost like 2.5 more subscribers than the last month, than the previous month. I'm sorry, in that time. So it was a really poor decision from part of Hastings, and also the company and the person itself didn't mention a thing about that action, and so it wasn't a really good move from him.
Okay, thank you. Natalia, please.
Okay, So the responses to these losses of subscribers and a lot of these things felt more reactive than proactive. Felt reactive, just not proactive. They ignored the early signs and only changed the strategy after losing millions of dollars in users. The password crackdown and high prices just upset the loyal users. Many saw the leadership as out of touch. Instead of innovating and retaining subscribers, they just punished users with new restrictions and higher prices. So the leadership showed a poor, I think, emotional intelligence and weak crisis communication. And the internal moral was damaged, so it was a sign of a weak leadership response, I think.
Thank you, Alex. I'm gonna answer your question. Reed Hastings managed a Netflix crisis with calm and smart decision. When Netflix lost subscribers, he didn't panic. He looked at the reason and worked to improve. For example, they made better content and offered cheaper plans. When there was a controversy about some shows, he defended a creative freedom, but also listened to the public.
All right, complementing the answer of my classmate, I would say that this kind of loss of subscribers that Netflix was suffering long time ago due to this this controversial content, I think that the main reason that made Netflix get out of this situation was that they have invested a lot of money. They have invested a lot of money on original and good creations, and we can see this till nowadays. Right now, as I said previously, Netflix the last quarter of the last year has made the best numbers in history of this company, and right now we can see this series which is called Adolescence. I think that many of you would know. This series is shooted on this kind of in this very weird way to be filmed, which is called one shot, and I think that this kind of things shows how Reed Hastings is one guy with this visionary leadership, this innovative leadership, and I think that this has made the company go the way that it's going the last few years.
Gabriela?
Yeah, to complement to what my classmate says, like the solutions that he made wasn't just financial, as the other team said, but also innovative, as he encouraged employees to experiment and innovate, even if it leads to failure. But the mindset has resulted in a groundbreaking projects like, for example, Black Mirror. And also we have to take into account that there are some interactive films that are redefining the storytelling in streaming platforms like Netflix.
Roger, please.
Sorry for my language here, but I think the arguments in favor are weak. What we can see in the share price of Netflix is that year to date it has not moved. They are not making good decisions. We can prove it. So I don't know. I can process how making good shows has something to do with making good decisions. They're not making good shows. They just want money. They're making season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of shows that made money in the past, and now are capitalizing on it, and they're stagnated. So it doesn't make sense, the argument that somehow they are maintaining this monopoly in the entertainment industry, because clearly they are doing something wrong. Thank you.
Gabriel, please.
Okay, first I want to refute and I want to add something to this about this question. First, I want to say Reed Hastings has effectively managed crisis of subscriber and loss of controversies. How? Through transparency and practical communication. And not only that, but he inspires other people to have an attitude of community even in the most difficult crisis. As we can see in the resource number 19, his secret is to be to have humility even in the most difficult crisis. As he said in a part of his document that says, you can't move forward without a little of humility. Everyone have mistake, but he understand that and try to react with resilience and try to show humility when he made mistakes.
Thank you. Michelle, please.
And we can discuss content quality versus quantity. Under Hastings' leadership, the company focused on producing a large volume of movies and series, but they lacked late quality. As a result, several good productions were cancelled.
Thank you. Carla, please.
Well, I have a question for Leandro and all the group. Why do you think that it is innovative and different from other platforms? And is it really the offer value what is increasing its subscribers? Or is it because it is cheap compared to other platforms?
Leandro.
All right, I will start answering by saying that, in fact, yes, I think that if we compare to other platforms, we can see that many of them have been raising their prices, like in the past year, like Disney, Paramount, Prime also, and Netflix has done the same like 2 years ago. That was one of the things that you were criticizing a few minutes ago, and I think that this is mainly due to the fact that it is not, in our opinion, is not they just want money. Of course, any company wants money. The thing that Roger was saying like 2 minutes ago about that. It doesn't make sense that if they make good series, they are making good decisions. I think that is related because, in fact, the main product of Netflix, which is the streaming videos, right? But the thing that attracts more people is like mainly the own production. For example, the Squid Game, which made these numbers last year that we have been talking about, and right now this series Adolescence, which has made to the top 10 of most viewed series of all time on Netflix, lately nowadays. I would say that this kind of innovation, this kind of vision that he has is something very good. And yes, I do think that Netflix is doing very great, that Netflix also is good. And Netflix is the first option, not only because it's cheaper than the other prices. Because if we do a market study, we can see that the prices are very similar between one and each other. I would say that is because of the product, because we have not seen any series of any other platform or any other production of any other platform that can compete with these Netflix productions that are transmitted nowadays.
Well, I don't agree with what Leandro says, because if you just throw 100 balls to a basket and you would expect to at least get one clear shot, yeah. So if there is a massive production of content, then of course you will get at least one good series that would cause an impact in that month. But what do you expect from the next month? For example, Amazon or Max have has more control on their content and produce more quality content than Netflix. And Netflix is just spending more money in just massive content, expecting to get just one good series. So I don't think that's a good strategy, and I wouldn't say that it's innovative.
Thank you. Leandro, please.
As we're into this last point, in fact, I would argue that Netflix has been doing this thing, and it's not like just throwing 100 balls and one would fit. I think that if they make this product, is because any other company has been able to do this. Because if you I think that the thing about saying like Amazon produces good quality content and Netflix doesn't produce it is a matter of taste. We can't generalize on this like this is good and this is bad, because this is a matter of taste. I think that the main reason, and I think that the main reason why Netflix is doing these great numbers is because these productions, you can tell it like they are 100, for example. But this production, even if they are 100, there is at least one that calls the attention of almost in the entire world, and that's why the company is going so well right now. I am not saying that the other are doing bad, but Netflix is having this success due to his decisions, due to his production that has been improving in the past few years.
Okay, and the last one, Roger, please.
Excuse me, you just disqualify your argument. You said it's about taste. You're saying that Netflix is making good shows, so it's your opinion, right? So it doesn't make a good argument for a debate, right? It does make. I don't think opinions matter right here. What matters is numbers. The last, how can I say this? Max and Amazon have been destroying Netflix in terms of viewerships in shows that people like, that many people that have different tastes, they are saying Max, HBO, Apple are making better shows. So your opinion, one opinion of someone in Bolivia doesn't make sense. So please make it make sense. Thanks.
Damn, little lady.
The last participation, please, Leandro, and then we're going to...
All right, just to clarify my point, so thank you for making me know that. As I was saying, I think it was good. In my opinion, it's good. I like the series, but when I was saying good, I wasn't meaning like they were good, like they are visual good. I think that the things that they are doing are very great, and they are making good decisions, because I took the example of Adolescence, this last series that was launched at Netflix, not because this is good or because I like it, because this thing of this new way of filming, this one-shot filming, something that is not very seen nowadays. And also they has been the first ones to introduce the interactive movies, something like that. I think when I was saying this, I was referring more to the thing that they are very innovative, they are very adaptive, innovative, and I think that this way comes to the head, which is the main character that we're talking nowadays.
Thank you, everyone. Now we're going to pass to the next question, please. What type of organizational culture has fostered leadership at Netflix, and how has it influenced employee well-being and performance? You have 1 minute, please. Well, now we're going to start. Who wants to participate? Leandro?
All right, and in our terms of the question, I would summarize this about saying that Reed Hastings had fostered this leadership that is mostly based on freedom and creativity. And as my teammate Gabriela was showing like previously, I think that this has influenced employee well-being and wellness very good, because due to thanks to this service, we have been able to see that the employees are happy here and the company is doing well. I think that's good.
Everyone, please.
Netflix had suffered high-pressure environment. The culture of high performance on content competition can lead to significant stress and burnout among employees. Many workers may feel they are under constant scrutiny, which can negatively impact mental health.
Daniela?
Complementing to what Leandro said, Hastings also values open communication and welcomes feedback from all levels of the company. By encouraging employees to share ideas and express their opinions, he makes sure that the company can quickly adjust and continue to innovate. And this openness helps Netflix stay flexible and always ready for change, which is very important in this fast-changing world of technology and entertainment.
Single, please.
Netflix has built a culture rooted in both freedom and responsibility. And this approach empowers leadership at every level by encouraging individuals to take ownership, make bold decisions, and innovate without the fear of failure. The company places a strong sense of trust in its teams, giving them the autonomy to perform at their best. As a result, employers feel valued, motivated, and constantly deliver outstanding results. And it's not just about productivity. It's about creating an environment where people are inspired to grow, take initiative, and truly thrive.
Gabriela?
Yeah, well, I kind of don't understand why would the other team would say that the company is burnout for their employees and overworking. If we saw previously in another question the Netflix happiness score, which was a A+, so why would you say that if we have a resource that goes against this?
Michelle, please.
Yes, well, Netflix have a curious test where they fire a person if this person is not good enough for the company. Also, higher performers were fired quickly without warning. This is called the keeper test.
Adair?
I'm gonna compliment to my partner, to my classmate. Hastings created a culture at Netflix based on freedom and responsibility. Employees have the freedom to make decisions and they are trusted to do their best. At the same time, they are responsible for delivering great results. This culture helps people grow, feel motivated, and work better. It also allows the company to move fast and be creative. Now, I'm gonna two questions to my partners. If this culture didn't work, why do so many talented people choose to work at Netflix?
Money.
The last participation, Sebastian, please.
Well, Netflix kept keeper test structure, for example, and that keeper test just create a perpetual form of instability, but also they just boost like a flow of talent, a constant talent in Netflix, and it's just as as Roger was mentioning, it's just money. That instability in the environment just could be deemed to adequate and replaced at any moment. Just creates a really huge conflict in the psychological environment of the employees.
Thank you everyone, both groups, for the participation and the arguments. Now we're going to ask you to prepare your conclusions, please. You have 2 minutes to prepare your your conclusions. Go ahead. Time's up. We're going to start listening to the conclusions. The first one is going to be the team against. You can start.
Reed Hastings' leadership represents the paradox of modern corporate success, extraordinary growth achieved at unsustainable human cost. His celebrated culture of freedom revealed itself as a thinly veiled ecosystem of anxiety where employees navigate perpetual uncertainty while shouldering unrealistic expectations. The much lauded data-driven approach, initially revolutionary, degenerated into creative myopia that privileges algorithm-friendly content over meaningful storytelling. The true failure lies not on Netflix's market position, still a good position, but in what might has been. Hastings possess the rare opportunity to redefine entertainment for the digital age, yet settle for disrupting its economic while diminishing its artistic potential. His legacy? A streaming landscape where quantity eclipses quality, where creative professionals struggle for fair compensation, and where the very concept of television as a cultural art form has been fundamentally devalued. Real leadership balances innovation with responsibility, and vision with ethics. On these measures, Hastings tenure standards as a cautionary tale of what happens when disruptions becomes an end unto itself. The entertainment industry will spend a generation reconciling with the consequences of its revolution. History may ultimately judge Netflix's success as firework, a victory that cost more than it was worth.
Thank you, Roger. Now we're going to continue with the group in favor.
All right. Briefly, I would say that in conclusion to our group, we think that Reed Hastings' exceptional leadership was key to Netflix's extreme dominance right now. His visionary decisions, and for example, like we have mentioned, like the biggest investment on original content, innovation in formats, strategic collaborations, they have been driven Netflix to this potential growth. And yes, we think that last year's strong results validate his long-term and strategic risk-taking, which redefine the entertainment industry nowadays.
Yeah, and while some may view Netflix leadership and culture through a critical lens, we have to take into consideration the broader context of its success. Reed Hastings' vision and adaptability has been an instrumental in driving Netflix innovation. And we can see that in some productions that have been groundbreaking, like Stranger Things and Squid Game. And overall, Netflix leadership and culture have positioned it as a leader in the streaming industry. And its commitment to innovation and employee empowerment continues to drive its success.
Well, thank you, everyone. With that, we can close the debate for today. Thank you for both teams for their arguments. Thanks for all our viewers for watching this. Thank you.
I'm Reed Hastings, CEO of Netflix, and here are 5 lessons I've learned over the last 20 years of Netflix. The first lesson is no rules. We don't have a vacation policy. You take whatever you want. We don't have an expense policy. You spend as you think appropriate. We have only one 5-word principle, which is to act in Netflix's best interest. And with that, we find that employees do amazing things. Lesson number 2 is that a global company needs a global culture.